No, I mean, for a lot of my career, I was, minding my own business, being a professor, writing papers, writing textbooks, and my personal journey was, like a lot of people in this space, I was sort of dragged into it, kicking and screaming, when I was suddenly diagnosed with four of these chronic diseases, four of them, and
Oh,
what did I do? I went to my doctor and said, what can I do? And they said, oh, don't worry about it. Here are four prescriptions, one for each disease. And they gave me a couple lifestyle tips. And I said, so what about this lifestyle? Can I really drill down on it and make a difference? And they go, nah, it really doesn't work. You're going to be on these pills for the rest of your life. So you better get used to it. and,
geez.
and at that point, my daughters were in elementary school, and knowing what I knew about those diseases, I knew it wasn't going to end well. It wasn't that long ago. My daughters are now in middle school and high school, but
Yeah,
but um but I knew it wasn't going to end well. So it really forced me. It's not that I wanted to make the world a better place or anything, but in all honesty, it was self-preservation. It
yeah,
was selfishness, my own life. It made me begin to question my closely held beliefs, question what I was teaching and what many of my colleagues are still teaching to this day about these diseases. And I realized that there's been a revolution in our knowledge and understanding that I wasn't aware of, and that indeed there are relatively simple lifestyle changes that people can make that will actually slow down or even reverse these diseases. And it's all of these diseases across the board. It's the same lifestyle that affects all of them through something called metabolic health, and the same root cause drivers, things like insulin resistance, inflammation, oxidation, are all at the root cause. And so I've changed my lifestyle. I did some relatively straightforward, simple things. And lo and behold, I go back to the doctors and they couldn't believe it. They thought the labs were broken or something. And basically, I got off all medications. My diseases are essentially reversed. And now, I've shifted away from working for drug companies and and writing research papers. And I've now made it my mission in life to help others take back their health and hopefully not make the same mistakes that I made. And that's what I did. I did the book. I did the book behind me. It unexpectedly became a New York Times bestseller. So I got a tremendous amount of attention. Now we're doing a lot of podcast, social media outreach to people, really helping helping people do just what I did, and it works.